Welcome to Tales from the Inkwell, episode 1. I am the Hobbyist Novice, excited to be here back in the podcasting mode with my buddy, my new co-host. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yes, sir. It's your boy Action P on all social media, and really excited to be here and get this going with you, my man.
Yeah, let's talk some Lorcana. It's been a
Yeah,
little bit.
please, yes,
Got a
let's.
lot going on. You know, I, Japanese Disney Lorcana is kind of fresh on the mind for me. Been getting into some boxes lately. Have you had a chance to get anything or get into any?
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I did go in on some breaks, and the hit rates have been pretty wide. It's looking like 0 to 2 legendaries in a box, which is not great, but the foiling looks really nice. I'm sure you can speak more on that because you have them in hand. But yeah, I've definitely gotten in a few more boxes than I thought I was going to, for sure.
Yeah, the card quality is awesome. Like I really was not. I thought it would be good. I thought it'd be a little bit better, but I didn't think it was going to be what it was, which is amazing. The hollow in the foiling is incredible. Like some of these cards really pop well. The coloring just seems completely different too. So
And
really excited to get these. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of these pop up in other decks moving forward for sure.
I mean, I definitely want to get the staples of my decks, at least in Japanese. The foiling is, I think it's still going to be tough to get. Well, I mean, how many packs in a box? 15? No,
16 in a
I'm
box, 6 cards
16
per
in a box, so
pack.
16 foils a box. Like, that's pretty good, but it's still going to be really hard to come down to play sets of foils, which is like any player, that's what they're really going to be chasing. Um, yeah, I'm wondering though. I think you had mentioned previously in our conversations the thickness of the cards, right? It's definitely obviously thicker in the sleeve. Yeah, is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah, for sure. So I did a side by side, like I held two in my hand. You could totally notice the difference. Like it feels like double, almost triple what an English card is. So I am kind of surprised they are going the route of allowing it in tournaments and stuff. And it sounds like it might be up to the organizer of the tournament if they are going to allow it in theirs. But that said, like it is a noticeable difference for sure.
Yeah, I think like you said, I feel like that's gonna get pulled pretty quickly once people realize like, oh, this guy's pulling all his lucky cards that he needs, right at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was going to be as big of a difference as it is. I don't know if you're familiar. Have had any One Piece cards like from the English One
No,
Piece?
no.
So I wouldn't say it's as thick, but it's pretty similar to that. Like the cardboard stock is very thick. It's definitely very
Yeah.
noticeable. The cards feel great. Like I know a lot of my first chapter cards anyway from the first few boxes. The cards kind of felt a little bit flimsy.
Oh yeah,
You don't get
yeah.
that at all with these Chinese cards. Like feel like real great stock cardboard.
Hmm.
Chinese, Japanese. I didn't actually feel the Chinese ones.
Have you felt the difference in Japanese and Chinese Pokemon compared to the English?
Japanese, yes. I
Yeah.
haven't had any of the Chinese cards though.
Would you say it's kind of on par with that, or
I think quality, yes, but I think thickness is it's
it's
thicker
like, oh, okay.
between. Yeah, I feel like they're really thick.
Mm.
I was actually really surprised how much of a difference it was. I wasn't expecting that. Other than thickness, though, the coloring is far different.
Vibrate.
Everything pops so much more.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait.
And like
Yeah.
seeing the enchanted cards, I got to see one of the enchanteds today, Hades, and it's like a whole new card almost, just with how good it looks. It's
Mm.
crazy.
I was in a stream the other night, and they had pulled the Elsa, and it looks so good, man. And I
Yeah,
don't want to collect. I know, I'm a heavy collector, and I don't want to do it. So, but we'll see once the first couple of Japanese cards get in.
that's what I'm curious about too. Like everyone, of course, is crazy because it's the first chapter. We can't get the first chapter anymore. But like once Floodborne hits and we start getting like into the Inklands and
Exactly.
stuff like
Yeah.
that, I wonder how much is it going to die down, or is it going to keep going because people just want to replace those staples in their decks with these other cards?
I think it's probably more on that than anything, to be honest, because I was reading a few reports online about the release, from people that live in Japan, and they say that it's fairly readily available, which is nice compared to our release. So I don't, I think right now it's just the hype. A lot of the the United States players want to get their hands on something that kind of spices their deck a little bit, and but I think, but once the time, after the first chapter, it's just gonna be like you just buy your play sets, right, and then you're just done with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I hear that. And one of the other cool things that I actually heard today was that the sleeves are much different than
Oh
what we have
yes.
here too. So that's kind of what I'm excited about also because those Elsa sleeves were some of my favorite sleeves that have been released so far. So I have those coming too. So I'm really dying to see what the difference of those are. Because maybe I'll have playable Elsa sleeves. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be good. Because the first chapter sleeves were terrible.
Yeah, I know that's something they were looking to improve on, and I think we kind of saw that with at PAX Unplugged with those sleeves that came out.
Yes,
So with
yeah.
those that came out, they're much better quality. I think I said before, but like if you ever had the Pokemon Ultra Pro sleeves, that's kind of what these were.
Eh,
Much more slicker, much more sturdy. So I'm hoping maybe that's what we'll start getting with the next set coming out of sleeves with Archazia's Island.
did you able to pick up both the sleeves? Because I know they didn't have the same release that we had, right? They only had two mats, and then
They had, yeah, they had Mickey, the Mickey mat, and Maleficent, and for the sleeves, it was Mickey and Elsa.
oh, okay. Because the sleeves didn't really match the release. Huh.
Yeah, I debated getting the Mickey ones, but I didn't. I probably should just to have them. But
Yeah,
the
if you
Elsa ones,
can
I really wanted.
if you
Like
can get
that was
them.
my favorite sleeve that had come out. Maybe next to Honey Wizard coming out, but yeah,
If you can still get, I mean, they're fairly cheap
they're
compared
super
to.
cheap. Yeah, I think they're like $6 US.
Oh my god,
Is what it
yeah.
came to.
If you can find them, yeah, please, yeah, that would be
Also
great.
that's what's
Great to
nice about
see.
the Japanese sets too. The boxes are super cheap. Like if you are there or you know someone there, they're only like 35, 37
Yeah, thirty
bucks for a
dollars.
box.
Yeah, which
It's
also I
crazy
think
how
that's also a big reason why collectors and such want they want to get it because I mean a first chapter pack in English was like what 12 to
yeah.
15 bucks maybe And then it also opens up the realm because a lot of people miss the playmats, right? So then those
Right.
playmats are virtually the same as the ones that we were released here, just no Maui.
Yeah, and there's no difference. Playmats are completely the same. I mean, you do have some Japanese wording on the box if you're a box collector.
Yeah,
But other than
yeah.
that, the same thing, and they're cheaper. I was quoted at 17 for a mat, so I assume they're maybe I don't know how much they are there directly, but I assume cheaper than 17.
That's really cheap.
So we'll see. I don't know. I'm excited to get
Luckily,
the sleeves in. Hopefully, we'll get those next
luckily
week.
I don't need
Oh,
to
very
uh
good.
to worry about that.
I still have mine, but I didn't keep the boxes, which is weird because I usually keep the box
Hey,
for
you gotta
everything.
keep the box, bro. Otherwise, what's the fun, right?
I have the problem for me is I have too many boxes, and it's gotten to the point where I need to start tossing boxes.
Uh
Like we only have so much room, especially with two kids. Like,
this is the first chapter for us, right?
yeah, that was it. And I oddly don't have the Maui. I think I actually got it and sold it.
But you're able to get more stuff than I was able to. So,
Yeah, I scavenger of the area. That's
well,
what I really had.
your area is much easier to scavenge than Southern California. So. But yeah, like you said, I'm wondering how it's gonna be down the line. I love that Lorcana is growing in Japan and China now. So hopefully that just means good things coming for us and everyone else that's still playing this game.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually it was kind of interesting to see too for the Japanese and Chinese tournaments that are going to be going on. They're only allowed to use Japanese cards or Chinese cards in their respective countries. So they're
Yeah.
not intermingling it outside of the US and Europe.
Well, because and then of course that kind of opens up to like availability, right? But if everyone is on the same equal playing ground, it's like
True.
that
Yeah.
that makes it much easier to have. I'm definitely excited to see what they have in store for international play, and maybe we'll get some kind of world's info soon.
What is Worlds?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Is that happening? I don't think anyone knows yet. I mean, I guess we could talk about that real quick. Like, it's been, well, I mean, the original expectation was that this was going to be in March. We're in practically February now, or January 30th as we're recording this. And we got no information. We do know that February 10th, we are going to start the Arcasia's Island reveal season coming up February 10th. My thought was maybe come then we'll get that announcement. But we also do have the Lorcana challenge this weekend going on
Australia.
too. So maybe we'll get it then. I don't know. What do you
And
think?
they have to, right? I think I at this point they really need to do something because like we've talked about before, it's like it's not like you can just go to wherever they're gonna have work. Oh, I guess it's gonna be in Florida, right? It's not like everyone
Yeah.
can just drop whatever they got going on and go to Florida to play, So I think
And I mean,
it's
that's
it's
like,
a bold move to not do anything yet. So we'll see.
and I mean, it takes a long time to plan a Disney World trip. And
Oh,
I could just imagine, like, between the international folks who have to get everything together to come to the US, whether it be passports, whatever it may be, there needs to be ample amount of time given to do something like this. So I don't know. Just kind of nuts right now because everyone's calling for it and like they will say nothing. Like even just like, hey, we understand. We're working on things here. We're going to have an announcement. Even just saying we're going to have an announcement soon, I think would do more than silence.
that literally anything, please.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to give at this point. Hopefully, it's this weekend because I think this will be the last big challenge. Because I think it
For
has two
yeah.
Worlds invites attached to it. I could be wrong, but I thought it did have a couple Worlds invites attached to it.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right about that one.
I mean, I thought for sure we'd get it at the end of the North American Continentals, but I don't know.
Yeah, or at
Hopefully, it's this
least like you
weekend.
said, like something, right? At Continentals, you figure we get something, but I'm in the same boat as you. I'm hoping we hear something this weekend, and hopefully we can get together in Florida and have our first live podcast,
That would be cool.
huh?
Do that. Epcot has an amazing space to record now. I don't know if you've seen like what they've done at Epcot, but there's just so much areas now to just like hang out, which is good and bad because they're just like taking up a lot of space in
Space,
the park to
yeah.
do nothing with. But definitely some areas to play Lorcana and record things if you'd like to. A lot of tables.
Oh yes, I haven't been to Florida in a long time, so that's good to know. And I would love to see it in the parks. I would love to see it in the
Yep.
parks. Put a little designated area that is just for it, like they do with the pins, and that'd be awesome. Well, I kind of do and don't want like park exclusives, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah.
I think at some point something's got to come because now we're gonna just go on tangents after tangents here. But so Ravensburger announced last couple days ago, I guess, that they're gonna be doing these puzzles. So
Yeah.
now we're gonna get promos with the puzzles. We got promos with the Costco stuff. So I do feel like eventually those promos they got to go to Disney World at some point. Disneyland, Disney World, either or.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and those promos they look great. I want to see more of that. The Lilo with the alternate kind of art and the different backgrounds, all really really cool. And Ravensburger, I mean, they're known for puzzles, so I'm hoping that those puzzles are really great and easy to and the artwork. I mean, the Lorcana artwork is so great, and it's nice to have that in puzzle form. And I think you had mentioned too. We were talking about they're going to include promos, right, with the puzzles. So that's going to be
Mm-hmm.
something else that the collectors and the like are going to have. Again, though, I do like that they're not taking it to a point where a Lilo card is only available through this promo or whatever the case is. Everything is available through the sets or whatever the case is. They make it a lot easier to kind of access and everything versus people trying to get these cards that are really hard to get.
No, that's true. Did you open the Costco box or did you keep it sealed?
Mine sealed. I have it sealed. I don't love Inklands, you know. I'm done with it. I don't use a lot of cards from there, so it just doesn't really make a whole ton of sense for me to open it. But you know, that Mickey card is really nice, and we'll see. Maybe one day I'll just have to rip it up. Luckily, you know, unlike the Pokemon counterpart, everything at Costco is just kind of sitting there for Lorcana. So no one fighting over the Inklands boxes, you know.
Yeah, I know. I see all the posts like on some of the Lorcana and Pokemon boards, it's just sitting there and being like, no fights here. nothing, nothing going on for Lorcana.
If they can get it to like
But
2025, I think that's like a good spot. Um, I don't know. But speaking of all of this new stuff, um, I'm excited. A set 7 is that where we're at right now?
yeah, yeah, that's 7.
Set 7 reveal season is just right around the corner, which is crazy to me. It's already the end of January. Um, and here we are, our Archasius Island, which is gonna be one of the hardest sets to name, but it's exciting. What are your thoughts?
No, I'm excited. I know we got the information about Dual Link last week with the leak that wasn't supposed to happen, and then they did come out and announce things of what was going on. And it's cool they've been kind of like streamlining those reveals over the past week, giving you an idea of what you're going to be seeing. I like the Dual Link cards. We got some new. We have Vanish now also that wasn't in here
Oh
before.
yes, yes.
I'm curious though to see like how these Dual Ink cards work. So can you only play them in purple steel, or if you have a steel antler deck, can you play them in that too? Like I want to hear like how that's gonna work.
I feel like it's gotta you gotta have both, right? I feel like that's how it's gonna be. And my biggest issue with that is that I mean, the color combinations, there's so many of them, right? So then really what Dual Ink is providing is more support for these meta decks, like we've already seen the Sapphire Ruby Dual Ink, we've seen the Amber Steel, we've seen I'm pretty sure there's the Amethyst Ruby, right? But it's like, there's such a discrepancy as far as the top decks and the mid decks that I just feel like Dual Ink is just going to push the top decks further away from the mid decks, and it's just going to be harder for anyone to kind of have a non meta inks, basically,
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of already gone to that where everyone has a meta deck
Well,
at
yeah,
this point. Like
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
if you go to championships or set champs or anything, and I don't think I saw one off meta deck when I went.
I feel like, but oftentimes you can see when one of those like off meta, kind of spicy decks will kind of come out of nowhere and steal a set championships. Like those. There's always going to be those kind of things, but I just feel like with dueling, they're kind of pushing that agenda more and more. So it's just going to separate. As someone that plays blue steel a lot, right? It's like there's not a lot of blue steel support, and and if we don't get a blue steel Dual Ink card, it's like, well, even less.
But like, so if you can combine, so like if you're looking at a Ruby Sapphire card, and you can combine them. So if I just have a Sapphire Steel deck, and I can use this Ruby Sapphire card in my deck, and if they let you combine like that, you could technically end up having all 6 colors in one deck. So that's why I really want to see how they're gonna do this.
Now that you mention it, maybe they go the route of Star Wars, right? It's like if you don't have this deck color, I guess that was like the commander or the leader, right? So I guess that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But like, where like maybe the cost is doubled or whatever the case is, but I guess I don't know how they would really reinforce like which cards are doubled. Well, again, we're still in set 7, and they already have plans up to set 10 and beyond. So I'm enjoying this ride, and I wish we didn't get this so soon, though. I guess again, I'm kind of on the fence as far as the the dueling skills. I'm more interested in more keywords and classes like like the vanish and illusion
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff, right? Because that kind of you can have that in everything, right? So I want to see more of that versus the dueling so soon.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how Vanish and Illusion will play out. I saw with Jafar and Iago. And then we have the Bell and Beast cards. They're both pretty high cost cards. Bell was a shift 7 with the 9 ink cost. Beast was a 6 cost on Inkable too. So I wonder if we're going to see more of the higher costs for these ink colors that are dual ink. Although Jafar and Iago are only 4.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Is it going to be something that's just specific to Amethyst? Whereas, like Amber or Amber only has singers, that kind of thing. Which I do kind of like that they each have their own kind of only these classes. Like, because I don't think there's an Amber or non-Amber singer, right? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Everyone I can think of anyway is Amber.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like, where each kind of class has its own kind of specialty or ruling or whatever the case is. A little bit off topic,
Yeah,
but I'm really, when Set 6 came out, and everyone was talking about inventors, and that kind of being a thing, and that never happened. Like, I don't know in your area or if it's just my area, but no inventor decks really making a loud sound. None of the class stuff really taking off.
No,
a little
not at all.
disappointed.
I feel like
Yeah.
the inventors, robots, like none of that really took off. I know when microbots came out, a lot of people thought we could see a lot of microbots decks, but everything in my area is steel mixed with something. Pretty much just amethyst steel and amber steel are the two biggest things here. The singer decks, diggy diggy hole, and it's dominated our entire set champs. I went in with amethyst emerald, trying to like be someone on the outside of the meta, but kind of in the meta, and just got absolutely wrecked in every single thing. But like, just can't stand up to steel.
I think steel is just really has really great removal. It's one of those, maybe that's kind of why it's like gray or whatever. It can kind of work with a lot of the different other colors. Emerald steel, sapphire steel, amethyst steel, like I guess there's not a lot of ruby steel. Well, I guess like pirates, that's like a ruby, but it's not really like in there,
No, not too many people have been playing it from what I've seen anyway. Are you gonna go to a set champs?
I was thinking about going to this weekend, but we'll see how that plays out, because honestly, if it's $40 and for set champs and it's $40 to get the card,
No, that's what's crazy.
Card.
Yeah, that's what's tough. When the card costs what you have to pay to get in.
No.
I'd say set champs in my area have been packed. I haven't had one under 30 yet.
Oh wow!
Everything's been like 32 to 38. Every single one I've looked at.
That's crazy. Okay, but how many set champs do you have? Probably have less than 10.
We have about probably 4 to 6 per weekend within 20 minutes from me.
That's pretty, and they're all packed.
Yeah, they're all packed.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, the one I was looking at,
brought out a lot of people.
The one I was looking at, they've had 12 to 20 people, so nowhere near packed. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with set champs here.
Well, that is a lot of, you think, due to cost, because a lot of the ones by me are like $10 to $20. So
that's great.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, but what are you getting with that? Right? Is it just entry? Because normally when the cost is 20, 30, you're already getting packs. So that's always nice to have that.
So they've done it where the top 8 split everything. So the store doesn't take any of the money.
Oh wow.
Well, they kind of do, because it's just store credit, but still.
Yeah.
It's you got 30 people times 20 and then split between 8 people. That's not bad. And everyone ends up walking away with a good amount in that top 8.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Yeah, that would never
$10 ones or nothing.
That would never fly here. I do
I mean,
like.
set champs has been fun. Curious to see how it goes. I'm gonna go to another one next weekend.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I might just try to go. The thing with set champ too, I don't know if it's okay. Like when you go, how long is your set champ?
Well, that's usually the issue, is it's too long.
Yeah, like
I
I
don't
said,
have that stamina to sit there
exactly.
for 8 hours.
Yes, yes.
Like the one I went to last time, it was 33 people were there. So they did their 5 or 6 rounds. Then it was top cut to 8.
Oh yeah,
And then they played more rounds. So,
that's too long. Yeah,
but yeah. I mean, you do have a good idea after like round 3 or 4, though, where it's like, all right, I could just leave and it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But yeah, that's the thing too, though. It's like, oh, and I guess set champions aren't really supposed to be for like casual, right? But it's just it's too long. Even in at the DLCs, like these players are putting in 8 to 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, like, and nobody's gonna be playing at their best at that point, So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk a little bit more about that later. I didn't want to move on from Arcasia's Island yet because it's an exciting set. We finally get Mushu, which is
That's right. Yeah, we
I'm
do.
loving that. Bolt as well. What was the other one? Tramp or Lady? Sorry, Lady.
Yeah, we got Lady. We got Lady. I mean, I assume Tramp would be there if we got Lady.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm wondering if we get a new Baymax, because that was the reveal that Baymax was kind of that was the older one, right?
Yeah, I was trying to see who. Yeah, we definitely got a new Baymax because if you look at the trove at the inserts, like for in between your cards, you got
Yeah,
Pete,
yeah.
Evil Queen, Baymax, Miss Bianca, Pongo, and maybe Lucky. So we do get some reveals on those deck dividers
But
or card dividers.
that Baymax is the same one from isn't that the same one from
It looks similar, but I
December?
think it's a little different.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I would think they would only include new art.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only one that kind of has like an older art. I know we do get.
Yeah, it's very similar, like the same stance and everything. Actually,
Yeah,
clouds in the background.
we do
It's
get
got to be different, though. I would think.
we're getting
We also got a new Mirabelle.
Mirabelle.
Never
Yeah,
had
that's
it.
what I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I'm
I actually
curious.
like the Mirabelle.
I would love to see. I don't know if I'd love to see it, but it would be nice for them to push the story a little bit more and maybe bring some original characters. We did get some of that in set 5, I believe, with the Chromacons. So
Mm-hmm.
it would be nice. Maybe Arcasia's. She's maybe she's a playable. Maybe Arcasia's Island. Location maybe. Uh, I want to see them expand in that regard because it's Disney, right? They have their full arsenal. They can go any
Yeah.
IP they want. But if they really want to push Lorcana, right? It's like, you got to push it and have it build its own kind of thing.
No, I like what they did with that. Acacia looks really good. The owl they've shown the art's great. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to play or what they're going to do with that within the set. Or maybe we do end up just getting more original characters as we go on, slowly introducing maybe 1 or 2 per set. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm hoping because we haven't posted really anything as far as story goes. So do you think we're gonna get puzzle pieces in Arcasia's or?
I hope so. I mean, I love that. I love the puzzle pieces, and it makes sense with
Yeah,
being original
same.
story and all. So I hope they
Yeah,
continue that.
I'm right there with you. I think it's something nice to kind of look forward to.
Yeah, it's like an extra cool thing to collect for sure. And
Yeah,
then
I'm even on for it. Give us foil puzzle pieces. Come on, Ravensburger.
that would be cool.
And now you hear me out. Hear me out. Put them in. One in every case.
That
No,
would just
no,
make the
please,
collectors go insane.
please don't do that. You're gonna drive me crazy.
I do wish though we can get like a guarantee of at least one enchanted per case guaranteed. I don't like that you still get cases but none.
I agree, but it's like that's kind of like the whole fun of it, right? It's like when they make these kind of games, they're not really catering to the people that are buying 10 cases, right? It's like you kind of want to get the people that are just kind of buying packs here and there, and then you get a nice little treat. I think it's nice that we have um you know organizations and shops that can do that and sell all the singles and make everything kind of available. But again, it kind of takes away from from the pack ripping. And that's at any TCG core. That's what really brings the people around.
Oh, sure. And, kind of going like the box stuff too. With the last set we saw with Azurite Sea, if you bought a box at most shops that had them, you got the buy a box promo with Bucky. And
Yeah,
they
I didn't
did
get
announce
that.
that the next set coming out too, we get the buy a box promo card as incentive for buying a booster box. I'm curious to see what those promos look like now as we go into a new set with a new character, who I presume would be from the current set.
Yeah, I love that actually. See, that's the thing though. None of my LGSs were doing that. No one's doing that here. So,
Are they just farming the cards and reselling them
yeah,
elsewhere?
basically, I feel like
That's horrible.
that's the California dream, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we'll see. I mean, I should be able to get one anyway. I guess I'll have to get you one then too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Those things always land in our laps somehow, right?
And the other cool thing we saw as we're getting into like some of the new release stuff coming out too, pre-releases are going to be changing quite a bit too
Yeah,
with Raid
yeah.
the Bar, which is something I'm really curious to see how they do. I kind of hope we go in a different pre-release route than we currently go, and we either get like a pre-release box, like something like Star Wars Unlimited does, Pokemon has the Build a Battle boxes. Something like that would be really cool at Lorcana, where you get like 6 packs, you make your own deck. It's just more structured. It kind of has like a good learn and play aspect of it too.
Yeah, I actually really, really love that. Like you're saying, you can have pre-release releases prior to the big release, get people playing, throw some promos in there. Um, and I do also love that they're, trying to push Pack Rush more, right? Like
Yeah.
when I was at the DLC, like Pack Rush was easily the most, well, not only was it the most popular, but because it's more accessible, it's fast, but it's just, it's quick, it's in and out. You don't need to spend the next 4 hours playing, whatever the hell. And I also think it's nice when you have sealed events because you do have the whole, like, in my opinion, like the even playing ground, right? It's like
Yep.
you're not really going to see them when I did my sealed event, I'm using cards that I'll never ever use again.
No, I love Pack Rush, and like I said, I love that it's quick, up to 15 lore, and everything's a surprise the whole time, which is what I really love about it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like from now on, we get packs. We're just opening our packs, like myself, and my wife. We're just opening them as playing Pack
Oh
Rush.
yeah.
It's
Same
it's
here.
really fun to
Same
play.
here. Yeah.
It's awesome. That was such a good invention of the game within the game. That was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I do want, my little nitpick. I need Ravensburger to throw up the Pack Rush game mode in their app so that
That would be cool. Yeah.
I don't need to use the other life count. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like the Lorcana official app, how it has like
Mhm.
the lore
The
counter.
lore counter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that I noticed recently that they did add for multiple players. I don't know if you've seen that, but you can go up to like 4 players now in the official app. So I would love to see Pack Rush thrown in there to kind of push it.
Yeah, that would make sense because they put a Lumineers quest in there. Like I said, you
Yeah,
have the multiplayer in
exactly.
there now too. So no, that makes sense, especially because it sounds like this is something they're really going to push going out now too. And have you heard in your area about them doing a Valentine's Day event at certain
No,
shops?
no. What is?
So I saw it get announced a little bit the other day. Actually, some of my shops started promoting it too this week. Where Ravensburger is going to be sending a bunch of shops that are part of the OP team boxes to use for local players for free Pack Rush, just for like a Valentine's Day event around that timing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love that. Again, like Pack Rush is so easy to do and easy to pick up, and it doesn't take a long time, right? That's like the main thing. And maybe the most you're gonna be doing is like reading cards because you're not
Right.
playing all these cards all the time. But I'm a huge advocate for Pack Rush. I think they should do it more. They should push it out whenever you can, just more and more pack rush, please.
No, I love Pack Rush too. I think the new pre-release structure sounds really good. One thing that is changing with the pre-release structure too is there's only going to be now a week in between a shop getting the product and big box stores getting a product.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm curious to wonder why that shifted to that.
I feel like that's, I mean, but I feel like almost everyone kind of wins in that, right? It's like the shops can't really like, push their agenda if they're trying to charge more or whatever, because the big boxes are going to get it the next week, I think that also opens up the whole, like we were talking about, the whole pre-release uh structure or whatever, with having it come out the week before so that you can kind of have again, what Ravensburger really needs is they need people playing the game, right? And having those pre-release events, that's how you get people in the seats. So I think pushing that date is going to help a lot, because previously, what it was like a month, 2 months, it was a long time, right?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess 2 weeks so only it's not too big a difference, but yeah, having that
Yeah, I think it did
pre-release.
make a difference though with a lot of people just having such access to product within those 2 weeks, where maybe it sat a little bit longer than they wanted to at big box stores.
Yeah.
That's one thing I could think of. So, I mean, in my area anyway, like once it does release in big box stores, it's pretty accessible. I
Yeah.
don't know how it is
Yeah.
out there now.
Right now it's actually pretty good. Especially with Pokemon kind of taking a front seat right now. So, a lot of Lorcana is pretty easily available, luckily.
No, it's good to see that it has gotten to the point where if you want to just get it, you can get it. I mean, obviously the beginning was very hard.
Oh, no, for sure. I wish it was all like Japanese releasing that, easy to get in all the stores and everything like that.
I know it seems really well stocked up. I haven't like really seen like how much of a frenzy it has been there. Like I've seen a couple of videos where people said they had a little hard time getting certain things, but for the most part, it seems pretty readily available from what I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I've what it's kind of looking like it's gonna be too. And then
Well, a
speaking
lot
on
of
like,
exciting things from Lorcana.
oh no, there's a ton of great stuff. I'm happy that we're moving from Melee to a
Yes, yeah, I'm talking
play
about that.
hub through Ravensburger now. That's gonna be fun. More and more, just more constructed, more sealed, more draft, more pack rush, just more and more. Just that's all we need.
And then there was like that sneak peek a couple weeks ago where they put up a job listing too for a game developer, I believe. For it seems like maybe we're going to get that digital platform too. That would be nice.
All I ask is, if you do it, have you been playing Pokemon Pocket?
Yes.
Which is great, right? It's a great client. It's designed beautifully. If you go down that route, please, Ravensburger, please don't do the trading like they did it in Pokemon Pocket. It is trash. It is the worst idea ever. Like, please, anything but that. Otherwise, yeah, please bring us a digital client, something online, anything, anything. Contact what was that guy's name? Contact the Pixelborn guy. Just
Travel?
Pavel.
Yeah.
Just work with him. Just make it happen. I mean, he really got Pixelborn Connect. He got the structure. Just pay him a little bit of money and let's just go from there. Okay. Everyone's happy.
Yeah, I think it would do really well. I mean, some people have been clamoring for sure since the beginning. So I think, it definitely would take off. I know people just looking for a way to play. If you can't go to League and stuff like that, or you don't have Pixelborn Connect, there are a lot of people who just can't make League, whether it be work, kids, other things going on the weekends. So I think a digital client really is necessary.
Yeah, I agree. I think getting the digital client, which looks like that's what they're kind of gonna do, and I really really feel like just put it in the parks, like somewhere in the parks. They already kind of support like the pin trading and all that stuff. Like, just give them a table next to all those guys and let them, let people play, because like you said, like people want to play, but they just don't have, they don't have the time. But if it's there and it's more readily available, then maybe, we can have a little bit more longevity with this TCG.
Are you familiar with Sorcerers in the Magic Kingdom? I think we talked about this before.
I don't recall.
So they in Magic Kingdom, there used to be a trading card game called
Oh, okay.
Sorcerers in the Magic Kingdom,
Okay.
and it went away not that long ago. I want to say like maybe 2 to 3 years ago, maybe around COVID. But anyway, you would go every day to the firehouse, and they would give you a pack that you then get to use those cards around Magic Kingdom, activate certain things in windows, displays, and it was so much fun. And you
That
got
sounds
special event cards
amazing.
too. Yes, that's what they need to do. Like you just need to
That
continue on
sounds so
with
cool.
Lorcana in that place.
That sounds really awesome, actually.
Yeah, and they were super collectible. So if you went to like the Christmas party or the Halloween party, you get an exclusive card for going to that party. So I
What
would
was it?
assume
What was
like
it called
if
again?
it
It was
was
called.
Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom,
So now
they
you're
had
saying I
binders
gotta,
for it. And
I have to buy these cards now. Is what you're trying to say, huh?
yeah, I mean, I think they're actually not super expensive. Like some of the exclusive cards are pretty expensive that you can only get at the parties. But yeah, so it debuted in 2012 and shut down in 2021. Yeah,
This is
2021 and
awesome.
20.
Holy crap! This one is $3,500.
Which one is that? Was that like the original Halloween party one?
Power of the Four Keys. I guess it's one of the original stuff. It is his collection though, or this guy's collection. So and that
Okay.
makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, like that sounds so cool. I mean, this artwork and stuff is definitely like dated, but I mean, yeah, this looks really really cool.
No, it was great. It was a lot of fun, especially like when lines for the rides were so long. Like this was a great thing to go around the parks and do when you didn't want to wait in line.
Oh, and something else that I kind of wanted, I want to see as well is let's just have different like brackets, age groups, right? I feel like a lot of
Yes.
times the kids want to play, but it's like you get placed with this adult, and it's just like yeah, there's no chance, right? There's no chance. So I would love for them to have something where they can highlight certain age groups and have them compete at a level that's appropriate for their age. And I mean, again, don't get me wrong. I think the kids can compete at an adult level. I mean, we've seen that plenty of times in set champions, even DLCs. But like on a weekly basis, like to have that kind of thing to kind of build with other people your age, I think that could have kind of help a lot.
Yeah, and that's something that Pokemon did too. So like you had your junior league, you have your senior league. That's what they need. Yeah, I do agree with that. 'Cause we see that a lot in local league when I do go. There are like a bunch of kids that are like, I don't know, 8 to 12, and
Yeah.
then you just have like all the 40, 50-year-old guys
Yeah. Right.
coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like yeah, it's awkward, but it totally need something like that to help out the kids every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And at least something for them to kind of like grow into. Like at a certain point, it's like yeah, like the difference is it's yeah, it's hard when kids trying to learn how to play Lorcana and the seasoned Magic the veteran or Magic the
Yeah,
Gathering player
always
or
the magic player.
yeah. But yeah, it's like one of my I was trying to teach one of my friends and bring her along to some of the games, and then she played this guy that clearly is seasoned in other TCGs, and I mean she did okay, and the guy was nice, but it was just like it was just clearly there was just no chance for her. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
having
it's
that would be good.
I agree. There's a lot of good stuff going on in Lorcana, though. Again, we're just a couple weeks away now from reveal season, officially beginning February 10th. Hopefully, we'll get other reveals maybe this weekend about Worlds. We'll see. But a lot to look forward to, a lot going on. Just give you a little bit background on the show, too. I know it's our first episode. We'd like to go bi-weekly, hopefully an episode every other week. If we do have certain news coming up, maybe we'll jump into back-to-back weeks. We'll see what goes. We'll have guests on the show, artists, players, maybe other content creators as well. So a lot to look forward to. First episode, working out the kinks as we go along here. Maybe some Twitch stuff along the way too. We'll find out. But we'll see. Excited for you guys to listen to us. Let us know what you think of the show or what you'd like to see from us maybe on the show too. Anything from you, sir, you'd like to give as we bid adieu to everybody in our first episode?
I don't think so. I mean, again, thank you for considering me. You know, when we talked about this, starting this up, it's something that we always talk about on a daily basis anyway. So just having this and this platform to share what we really really love in Lorcana. So again, I thank you. I thank you so much for heating and taking care of all of this. And I hope that we get the viewers out there enjoy us, and it's something that we can grow with you guys as well, because this isn't just about us. This is about the whole Lorcana community, and doing what we can to kind of keep it growing and keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will start doing some games. We'll probably start that maybe the next episode if we can figure out the whole camera situation. Maybe doing some pack rush at the end games, maybe some constructed too. We'll see how it goes. But we'll add those into the ends of every episode also. I know those could take a while. Depends what you're playing though.
Hey,
maybe we'll do aggro only.
Aggro. We'll do pack rushes and some sealed maybe, so fun.
Well, that sounds good. Yeah, so we'll have some of that stuff going. Giveaways too.
Yes,
we'll announce some giveaways on the Instagram. I think it's Tales from the Inkwell Pod on Instagram. I'm not sure. I'll link it somewhere down here. If it's not, it'll be under one of our names. But yeah, we'll put that up. We'll do some giveaways on there too. Follow along with us, and yeah, lots to look forward to. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you guys listening, watching, wherever it may be. We'll be available on podcasts wherever you listen to them, and on my YouTube channel on the Hobbyist Novice as well. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk to you soon.